In Algebra 2, section 6.5, we're dealing with operations with radical exponents. So basically, the last section in 6.4, you were dealing with how to bring things out using this currency number. So it's not just squared. You can use any numbers to bring things out. But now you're going to actually simplify and do operations, plus, minus, multiplication. Now, the rules of the operations are similar to that with exponents. Same rules, operations with exponents and variables, right? You have to have the same base or the same variable in order to combine addition or subtraction. So in this case, this is a review from last time. This is my currency, and I'm just trying to figure out what I can take out. So this would be 120, sorry, this would be 25 times 3. This would be 5 times 5. No, sorry, it's 25 times 5. Right? And then this is m, so this would be square root of 5 times 5 times 5. This would be m to the 30 and p to the 20. And just like I said last time, when we're dealing with these variables, I just take this number and I divide it by my currency to get what I can bring outside. So this would be 5 I can bring out. I can bring out m to the 10th, right? 30 divided by 3, and p to the 20 divided by 3 is not even. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do p to the 19? No, 18 times p to the 2. So I haven't changed anything here. P in the square root, p to the 18th and p to the 2. When I multiply them together, it still gives me p to the 20. I haven't changed it. I just rewrote it so that I end up with 5m to the 10th, and p to the 18th is divisible by my currency 3. So 18 divided by 3 is 6, so I end up with p to the 6, but then I have a p squared stuck in here because of the currency I can't take it out. So this is my simplified version. Anything that I can't take out stays in the square root. This one would be the same. I would do root 2 over root 9x, so I'd separate the square root. I can't, oh, this is cubed root. So in this case, I can't take anything. I think it was meant to just be square root, right? So the only thing I can take out here, because this can't be square rooted, is I leave 2 and I leave x, and this 9, because it's 3 times 3, and since there's nothing there, my currency is 2, so this would be 1, 3 on the outside. The thing is, I can't have a square root in the denominator. It's not a proper fraction, so what I need to do is I need to do square root of 2 over 3 square root x. I need to multiply the square root. This is what happens when I do it. Whatever the square root is to the bottom, I'm going to multiply the top and bottom. Right? So when that happens, okay, this will be 2 square root of 2x over 3 square root of x squared. So this and this cancel out, giving me square root of 2x over 3. Oh, sorry, 3x. Because that x is still there, it's just there's no more square root. So go ahead and pause and write this down. We have some more examples that we're going to be doing. Okay, so in this case right here, we're doing 5 cubed, this cube, because, not cube, sorry, to the 1/3, the cubed root. So I'm going to bring down this 5, right? And I can combine all of this. Because this is the same, I can combine them. So now this becomes 1,000 a to the 4th, right? A times 3, this a times 1. So it all becomes 1, and I bring down that 5. And I'm going to keep bringing down that 5 because I'm going to focus on this cubed root right here. But I'm going to do 100 times 10, 10 times 10. So this is 10 times 10 times 10 over, and I'm going to do a times a to the cube times a. Because a to the 4th is not divisible by 3, I'm going to rewrite it so that at least one of the a's has one that's divisible by 3. So 5, I can take out 110, and I can take out 3 divided by 3 is 1, so just 1a. But I still have this. Left over, so I gotta leave it in a square root a. So then 5 times 10 is 50a to the square root of a. Right? Now, when I'm subtracting or when I'm subtracting or adding, it's not the same. I can't just combine it like I can the others. Just like when we're doing parentheses, like I can always distribute the 3 if it's like this. 2a squared is different from 2 minus a squared, right? Because these don't equal each other. I can't just take, this one I can take 2 and distribute it. This one I can't. It will have to do 2 minus a times 2 minus a. So in this one, because these all are different, I can't combine them all like I can here because it's not multiplication. And I also can't do anything with the coefficients. But if, just like in variables, if all of these numbers were the same, if underneath, then they would be basically the same variable, so then therefore I can combine them all I want. So I'm going to simplify each of these. So this is 4 times 5 is 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So 9, sorry, I don't know, I can't think of it. So 5 times 9, and then 3 times 3. So this is, because they have nothing, these are all squared. So this is 3 square root of 5 times 3 times 3. I can take out these 3's so into just 1 3 on the outside. So 3 times 3, and then square root of 5 stays on the inside. So this becomes 9 square root of 5. Right? Now I'm going to bring this down. I'm going to bring my negative 5 down right here. And I'm going to factor this. This is 8 times 10, 4 times 2, sorry, I need to bring this down here. 4 times 2, 5 times 2, 2 times 2, right? So this is the square root of 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 5. So this means I can take out a 2, and then I can take out another 2. But square root of 5 stays in. So this becomes 9 square root 5 minus 5 times 2, which is 10, times another 2 is 20 root 5. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring plus 4 down here. And factor this is 4 times 5, 2 times 2. So this is square root of 2 times 2 times 5. I can take out 1, 2. But I have to leave square root 5. So this would be positive 8 root 5. So all I did is I took these as 3 different problems, and I simplified the inside and whatever's left over. So now all of these are root 5. Because they're all root 5, it's just like they're all x's or they're all y's. They're the same variable, so now I can combine their coefficients. Because if this was 9x minus 20x, plus 8x. I treat it the same way. So this would be 9 minus 20, which would be negative 11 square root 5 plus 8 square root 5. Right, this goes down. And then negative 11 plus 8 is negative 3 root 5. So this would be my answer. So if I were to want to see if it's correct, I can make these all into decimals, and I put this in decimals, and my decimals should match. It could be a couple of decimals off, but it should match because I'm not changing the value, I'm just simplifying it according to radicals, right? So go ahead and pause and write this down. You don't necessarily need this, just an explanation. And we have one more board, and then you're home free. All right, so the thing with this is that I can't just, because there's a plus or minus here, I treat these like different. This would be x's and this would be y's. They're different things, and I can't simplify it like I could the other problem. So I'm going to first multiply it out. I'm going to take this and multiply it with the entire next term. So just like I would if they were x's and y's, right? So 2 root 3 times the entire second term, and then positive 3 root 5 times the second term. Alright, now I can take this and distribute. So this would be, it's just like when I did the problem where I multiplied. If I'm multiplying, if it's not in the radical, then I multiply just by this. So this would be 6 root 3, right? This one would be 2 minus 2, and then root 9. 3 times 3 is 9. And then I take this, positive 3, so it's plus 3 times 3, which is 9 root 5. And then this would be minus, right? Minus 3 root 15. So let's see which ones. I can't do anything with this one or this one, but I can change this because this would be negative 2, square root of 9 is 3. So this would be 6. Let me try another color. This would be 6 root 3 minus 6 plus 9 root 5 minus 3 root 15. So because none of these are common terms, what we're going to do is we're just going to rearrange them. So this would be negative 3 root 15 I could just put this in the answer, but I'm going to, because I can't combine any of them like I can this one, but I'm going to rearrange it so with the highest. So negative 3 root 15 plus 9 root 5 plus 6 root 3 minus 6. So whichever way, you don't have to rearrange it actually. It's just if you're checking your answers, just make sure you have the value and then the sign in front of it. So that's what happens because we can't, unlike the other ones, these are not the same, so I can't combine them. They all represent different values as if they were all different variables. So pause this, write it down, try page 419, numbers 10 and 12. 419, numbers 10 and 12, and I will see you in class.